Okay, so this is a tutorial for intermediate algebra. It's going to be going over imaginary numbers and dividing them. The first example is going to be 2 over 1 plus 3i. The first thing that we notice is that we have a 3i on the bottom and we don't want that. We want to get the 3i on the top. So how we're going to do this is we're going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. The denominator here is 1 plus 3i. So the conjugate is going to be 1 minus 3i. I'll show you why this works in just a second. So we're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by that. So we have 1 minus 3i and 1 minus 3i. We can multiply the top straightforward, so it's going to be 2 minus 6i on the top. And then on the bottom, we're going to have to FOIL these two. So I'm going to FOIL them down here, and then I'll just put the solution up there. So we have 1 plus 3i multiplied by 1 minus 3i. So FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last. So we're going to be multiplying the 1 by the 1, and then we have the 1 times the negative 3i. So 1 times 1 is going to give us 1. 1 times negative 3i is going to give us negative 3i. Now we move on to the next one. So we have 3i times the 1, and then the 3i times the negative 3i. So we're going to have a positive 3i minus 9i squared. And you can almost treat the I as if it were a variable, where if we had the a's there instead of i's, you just multiply them together and you get like I or a cubed or squared or anything like that. So just kind of treat it like a variable for now. Now one thing that we want to keep in mind is that when we have I squared, it's going to be equal to negative 1. So anytime that we have an I squared in our equation, we can go ahead and replace it with a negative 1. Now the reason that we used the conjugate of the bottom denominator was because it allows us to cancel the 3i negative and the 3i positive right here, and we're left with 1 minus 9i squared, which is going to be replaced by the negative 1. So we have a 1 minus a negative 1 times 9, which is going to give us 1 plus 9, which is going to be equal to 10. So we can just go ahead and replace this denominator up here with 10. Now we could separate out the top and we get 2 over 10 minus 6i over 10. We can go ahead and simplify these down, so we're going to have 1 over 5, and we're going to have negative 3i over 5. And that's going to be the end of that tutorial. So this is the final answer right here.